Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And thank you so much if you're a subscriber. There's like 20 something of you and I can't even believe it. Like, I'm new here and I don't even know what is going on half the time when I'm doing these, but I'm excited to be able to do these and film these videos for you and do these readings. I really hope that along the way you hear something that resonates with you and maybe sparks a new thought or an idea or gets you closer to where you are meant to be. And yeah, we're all here for growth, right? So if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and feel free to like this video if you end up loving your reading. So today we have a pick an, I guess, object, picture, relic, whatever you want to call it. I have a few nostalgic pieces here. So today's reading is gonna be us asking Spirit, what is it that we need to remember about, say, a nostalgic time in our lives that brings us joy? Like, what can we remember from that time to help us where we are now? Perhaps you lost a dream along the way, or perhaps you forgot that you loved doing a certain thing when you were younger and it brought you a lot of joy, and now it's a hobby you can take up again. Or maybe it's something that can help you make a decision about a career, or I never know what's going to come up in these readings, but I feel like the topic is a little general, so I'm really curious about how that's going to come through for you. So if you feel compelled to let me know, please leave me a comment down below, or feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts on this reading. So let's see what's in store for us. The first, the first object we have. So I found an old ticket stub. This is from November 18th, 2000. Maybe those numbers mean something to you. The time is 7 p.m. and the concert was Limp Bizkit and Eminem, the Anger Management Tour. Yes, I was there. It was only $38.50. Section 206. I'm saying those numbers in case they mean something to you. Maybe this is your pile. Maybe you're an Eminem fan or a Limp Bizkit fan. Maybe Anger Management Tour, you were there too. Maybe you weren't even born yet. So that's the first option. The second option is this. These were actually trading cards from Coachella. This is Coachella 2002 Day 1 card with Bjork on it. This was my first Coachella I ever went to. It was insane. I'm just so young, like so young. Can't even believe I was out there. And it was a good time. And these were scattered all over the floor, and I'm not kidding you. And I picked up as many as I could because I was just obsessed with Bjork. And this is the only one I have left. So it says Day 1, the year is 2002, and the number on the card is number 5, and it's from Coachella. So our last item is this nostalgic feeling Brujita sticker. So this sticker is actually modern art that just brings a nostalgic feel, and I just love it. Brujita from Brujita Skincare releases the best, not only skincare products, but their art and the branding and the stickers that they give in every order. I just love this. It just reminds me of a band that I would have gone to go like see in the early 2000s. So this does not have any numbers on it, but I will tell you that the collection was released this month, so 5/20/21, if those numbers mean anything to you. So go ahead, take a moment, whatever item draws you in, maybe something I said, maybe something you see. Go ahead and scroll down to the timestamps below and fast forward to your reading. Okay, group 1, friends, if you picked the Limp Bizkit an Eminem anger management tour ticket from the year 2000, this reading is for you. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I vaguely remember going. Yeah, I was like, I was there. I went to so many concerts back then, you guys. So many. I'm not gonna take these yet. Where I'm from in Northern California in Sacramento, when I tell you guys that there was a music scene there, there was a music scene there. Like, Deftones were from my hometown. Papa Roach was like from one town over. I remember like their big like signing party when they like made it big. This was like all around the same time. Like, back then I used to go to so many concerts. I saw Beastie Boys back then with the Hello Nasty tour. I saw Jay-Z. I've seen Jay-Z so many times. The first time I saw him was the Hard Knock Life tour. So yeah, that's my childhood. I wish I had all my concert stubs. But here is your reading. Let's see what energy comes through as something that you need to remember to carry with you. Perhaps this is something that you forgot. Maybe it's something you enjoyed. It could be a hobby. It could be something that you loved doing as a child or a young adult, or even just your younger self, you know? So maybe those are things we can tap into again to help us with our current growth. So let's see what came out. Okay, so it looks like maybe in the past you dealt with someone that was very, so it could have been a parent or a strong family figure in your family that maybe they, I don't want to say took your hopes away, but maybe someone was so strong-minded and just pushing their own ideas and wouldn't listen to anyone, that they just made you feel like hopeless at the time. This looks like it was either long-term happening or it has a family connection, but it's like a deep-rooted. And whoever is watching this, I feel you. I have been the black sheep of my family. So whether you were the one that was closed-minded or it was someone that affected you, it is showing up. And it's showing up as something that took your hope away. It didn't help balancing you. So let's see. Yeah, this looks like an imbalanced feminine figure, that it could have been you know, a mother figure or someone who was the provider in the home, or maybe even an older sibling. This is someone who could have been very independent, but they were also imbalanced. So there's showing a strong imbalance in someone with their ideas and someone with their being able to take care of themselves or being able to provide. So it just seems like there was a lot of needing to let go. So letting go of the past, letting go of ties that didn't need to be there, or this could have also been emotional ties. So I see that something major did happen. So this probably, this is probably all tied together, you losing hope. It looks like you had a moment where things had to crumble down in order to be built back up. So it looks like, I just had to check the screen. Let me move my cards up so you can see them. So yeah, the Tower card always has to do with something unexpected that completely changes our circumstances. Sometimes it is painful, sometimes it blindsides us, sometimes we see it coming. When we know something isn't working out, or when we push ourselves and don't listen to our inner feelings, we are operating from a place of our mind, and our mind isn't in the right space. It's stubborn, it's not open to ideas. It's like, this is what it is, this is what it is, not really. I feel like very not wanting like deviate, not like very, very one track. It feels like very imbalanced. There's something coming up about letting go. It probably, maybe this tower moment forced someone to need to let something go. So whether this was home with your family, meaning your parents, or a relationship that you had, this is something that's coming up for you in the past. And we are asking for guidance and for, you know, feel good nostalgia that's going to help us grow. But if this is the message that Spirit is delivering, it's because you need to hear it, because there's something here that hasn't been healed that is allowing you to move past this Page of Cups position. This is showing you in a, this is showing like young emotions, like haven't leveled up yet. So if you are resonating with this at this point, then this is for sure your reading. This is just showing, yeah, it's showing a very young emotional energy, perhaps someone that is mentally strong, as I was describing, someone who doesn't want to deviate from their own ideas, off balance, but very like mentally strong, but emotionally immature is coming up. So it does show either someone not willing to, okay, conflict. This is showing either someone not willing to walk away, but they know they have to, or someone that did walk away. So it came out reversed. We're going to leave it upright because I feel like someone walked away from the conflict in order to start over. Okay, yeah, someone did walk away. Someone walked away from what they knew wasn't good for them. So this is probably you. You walked away from something that you knew was not good for you. You decided to remove the chains of however you were holding yourself back. Like I said, you could have been the one that for a long time was imbalanced and in these areas, and not an outside person affecting you. Because this Ten of Pentacles does show up, it does have to do with something long-term, long-standing. And that's why my immediate thought was family. But since different people are watching, your circumstance could be a little bit different. It's like different version of the same kind of story, the skeleton of the story. So this is showing that you did go through all this, but you like came out in a place of like being like emotionally strong and empathetic, and like you know what's up. And even though maybe you hid your feelings about how you truly felt, it seems like you did put in the work to get yourself out of a situation that wasn't for you, whatever that was. All right, so this shows someone planning and being very practical and deliberate in their way forward. This is having an idea of something, but knowing that you're not going to do it overnight. This is you. Oh, I love this. I love that after Spirit recapped the crap you've been through, not to call your life crap, guys, but you know, roller coasters of life, the ebbs and the flows. And I see that you started off in a difficult place, and I'm sending you a hug because I know how difficult it was for you to release and let go of what wasn't good for you. And you did put in the work. So I love these other cards that are coming up for you. We got the Knight of Pentacles that flew out with the Strength card and the World card. So this, or I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is showing me like slow, deliberate action towards a plan. Like you saw something and you decided to, either it was your exit strategy or it was your strategy of how you were going to get there, and you had the strength to do it. If you are currently going through this, if this resonates as in current, then this is reminding you that you have the strength to get through it. The Wheel of Fortune is coming up, so I do feel like once you released this and started to move on, like you were able to start a new chapter in your life, and it was a big chapter. It's like, okay, you graduated up from that. how random where this reading is going. Okay, I love that this came out because I do a pre-shuffle with the cards just to connect before I start to film. So during your pre-shuffle, you did get this conflict card and you got this High Priestess card. So I love that she came up because I was getting the feeling that there's something about traditions here. There's something about what's expected and, excuse me, and just an inner knowing. Maybe you always knew, or maybe this is you tapping into allowing your intuition to take over, since at the beginning your hope was gone. This is you tapping into your higher self again and regaining vision, it feels like. With the Justice reversed here, perhaps you had to move on or start a new chapter with what was the deeper problem here without it being able to be corrected, if that makes sense. Like maybe you had to move on because you knew better, or in your heart you knew that you had to get out of this, even if these people or the situation is still the same. If you went back and revisited it, it just shows that you had to move about in a way that you know, it's like justice hasn't been served, like a conversation hasn't been had, like there hasn't been an evening out of those scales. But you've been able to, here you're getting so we're getting the grief card again. It was reversed, but I do believe that it is coming up because you did have to leave something behind. So this is showing sadness and grief. So maybe it's coming up because the situation hasn't been corrected. I'm gonna just speak to the people that this is a family or a parent. You know, this shows your sadness about maybe not seeing your side of it, or you not being able to get in a place where they understand you. I don't even think it's you not understanding them. I think it's them not understanding you. And maybe that's just, you know, something that you have to move on with, is knowing that that's just how it is. But for your own growth and for your own good, I think you're aware of that. So with this Three of Pentacles reversed on the bottom of the deck, I do see that it is like, you know, a small group that just isn't getting along. It's just maybe at one point it was working and you guys were all working together, but since it's reversed, someone feels like they got left out in the cold. Perhaps this was you or the other people involved. Maybe when you walked away, those people felt like they were left out in the cold. But you know, that's not your fault, is what Spirit wanted me to say. That's what I heard right now. It's not your fault. Like they have their own healing to do. You're only responsible for your own healing. Excuse me, is what I'm hearing right now. All right. Okay, so what advice do we have for pile 1? What advice do we have right now that they need to hear? Spirit's like, I already gave you half the deck. Where is it? There we go. All right, so it looks like you're in a situation of stepping back and maybe gaining a higher perspective. Maybe things are slow for you right now. Maybe you've disconnected from certain people. Maybe you're not out and about in the world yet and you're just gaining like a higher perspective about things, is what's coming up. Okay, so it looks like you are, maybe this is travel coming up for you, but this could be options in the distance. This could be you watching things that you worked for in the past. You see them getting closer and closer to you. It looks like it's things that you are passionate about. You know, there's several options here. The 3 wands are definitely more than 2 options. So, with the Lovers reversed, just, you know, listen to your heart. Like, this can be unbalanced. This could be a sign of something, two parts that aren't going together the best way that they could. The Lovers card doesn't necessarily mean a relationship. This just means like two pieces that are supposed to be harmonious are showing disharmony. So keep that in mind as you're in this hangman position, which is you just kind of, I don't want to say sitting back, but it's like there's not really action going on right now because you're just kind of watching something in the distance, it feels like. Maybe that's it. Maybe you are watching something in the distance, but be careful with it causing imbalance here in a place that there should be balance. All right. So I actually don't feel like I'm done yet for some reason. All right, Spirit, is there one more card in here for them? Oh my goodness, that one flew on the ground. Fights with tarot card on the ground. The World card. Isn't that funny that earlier I said when this came out, I thought it was the World card. So it is the World card. I felt it coming. So it's just new chapter, guys. There's a big new chapter coming, and it looks like you are being supported by the universe, but you do have your own work to put in. Like, you're not just going to be carried into the next phase. There is work to be done here with the Three of Wands and the Lovers reversed, but it looks like right now you might gain, like I said, a higher perspective that'll help you with whatever decision you have to make here. The World card just means like it's a celebratory card, like it's a big ending and a new beginning. But this is big. This is things that affect your everyday life. It's not like one, you know, like it's not like the other energies. This is like a big energy of new, like if you were at the same job for 20 years, like that could be changing. If you lived in the same home for years, that could be changing. It's like big relationships, just big chapters. So I do have my Prism Oracle deck. Love this deck. Let's see what advice the deck has for you. These are from Luna in Quartz. You can shop her store online. I was going to say shop her shop. Shop her store online, Luna in Quartz. And you can get oracle decks. She has crystals. All right. What does that make sense? You guys got the isolation card, but it makes sense because you got the Hangman. So maybe this is a big decision about a relationship for you guys. Maybe you're planning some strategy because you already know what you want to do. Maybe you're, maybe, you know what? Okay. I'm getting a channeled message right now. So maybe now you need to be reminded of the time when you were younger and you were able to break free from these really difficult and suppressive situations. You had to let something go. You broke yourself out of the chains. And I feel like Spirit wants you to remember that you had the strength and you already did that one time. Like, you can do it, whatever it is you want to do. So let's talk to the people that this might be about a relationship. Maybe you are carefully planning something, whether it's carefully planning a union or carefully planning, I hate to say it guys, a disunion. You're going about it methodically, and it does look like it's the end of cycles and beginning of something really big. With the Grief card, I know it's hard, and with the High Priestess, but you have this deep inner knowing that's like moving you as hard as things are. So that is the message that I had, that just literally like, it was like a light bulb in my head, that I'm starting to see that Spirit wants to remind you, like, you have done this before, you can do it again, like in your life. Like, it's not just like one time that you had the strength to do this. You have the strength to do this all the time, however you know, want to apply that. Okay, so we got trust, isolation, which I'm going to put under the Hangman because duh, the Hangman or the Hanged One. You know, like isolation doesn't have to mean lonely. Like isolation can be the biggest, most expansive thing you can do for yourself. As counterproductive as maybe you think it is, the more time you spend alone and processing your own thoughts, you might find yourself like, you know, in like growth that you didn't realize was there during this period. So you got trust. I feel like trust. Look how they're all blue too. Trust that you know, trust in yourself, and trust that things are changing. Like things are changing for you. Take that as it resonates. If that's a good thing or a bad thing, it looks like it's inevitable right now. Stop. So this wants you to stop and think. Don't make any kind of rash decisions right now. Be very sure of whatever moves you want to do. Spirit is asking you to just stop and reflect and think before you act. Do not make rash decisions. And disruption. So the disruption card, I feel like that hasn't come up enough for me, but let's see what, I'm going to actually read this one from the book. I feel like that ties into to stop though, like disruption and stop. I love these cards because they're all color coded. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you guys that the color pink in here, they stand for tenderness and love. So these are like emotional cards. So disruption, like this shocking pink color, this card demands attention. It represents intensity, innovation, and nonconformity. It's a catalyst for releasing fear in order to make bold and courageous moves. What is stagnant in your life that needs to change? How can you shake things up a bit? How can you continuously innovate your life in unexpected and productive ways? I love that because we are talking, you guys. I'm so excited about your reading. I mean, I know it's hard, but you got this. We're talking about like all this big change that's coming, and it's like, you can do this. I think it's perfect. I really hope that the person that's meant to hear this, or the people that are meant to hear this, come across it, because I feel like you're just being reminded that you got this, and you are, you know, it is being highlighted that you are in a big pivotal position. So while I do your moon oracle cards, why don't we do the pendulum? So why don't you guys think of a question, and I'll let that go, and then we'll do our moon oracles. What does pile one need to know? Your hard work is paying off. Your answer is definitely, guys. Whoever needed that, your answer is definitely. Okay, so you have that. Have faith in your dreams. Your hard work is paying off. I love that. Have faith in your dreams. Remain hopeful, guys. Anything that you want to make happen, you can. You have the strength and the power to change in the ways that you want to change, and to change the things that you want to change in your life. I know it's hard, but we got this. The human experience is painful, let me tell you. All right, I'm going to take back of the deck. So this says personal issue reaches resolution. We're going to leave that with the World card because it is a new day, you guys. No more drama in our lives for this next chapter we're in. Okay, everyone. Group 1, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I didn't know what to expect. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Hello, friends. If you picked the Bjork / Coachella card, then this is your reading, group 2. Thank you so much for joining me. I just did the first reading, and the energies coming in were so intense, and I wasn't sure what to expect of this reading. So it was cool to see. Spirit was just calling it out, like Spirit always does, calling us out. and basically reminded that group what they've been through and what they're currently capable of. So I'm very curious to see what your reading has in store for us. Let's put Miss Bjork there. Love her. I have a really awesome story about Bjork. I'm going to pull the card out for this one. I saw her in 2002. It was April of 2002. And at the time, I mean, literally, I was completely obsessed with her. And 3 days before Coachella, I was at a random Baja Fresh, if you guys know what that is. And I order my food with my friends, and we go outside, and we sit down, and I look over, and who the fuck is eating next to us? I'm not kidding, guys. It's Bjork. Never gonna forget. She was eating shrimp and black bean tacos. Never forget. I could not even believe it. It was like seeing a unicorn. Like, Bjork, A, is not American, and B, like, when is she ever known to just be prancing around at Baja Fresh? Like, literally blown away. I don't really like to approach celebrities, like, even if I'm like, you know, want to fan out, but this time I could not help it, you guys. I was like, never ever in my life am I ever going to be eating tacos next to Bjork at Baja Fresh. I better say something. And she was getting up to leave, and yeah, I got up and I was like, oh, you know, did the typical fan thing. I was 19 and had just taken finals, and that's all I had with me was this test, this final that I had. And back then we didn't have phones or anything like that, and she signed the back of my test for me. And even though her security didn't want to let me close, she was really cool. And yeah, she did not punch me in the face, because that was back then. So that is my super fun yet completely not relevant and unnecessary story before your reading. I should put a timestamp just for that in case you guys want to scroll through that. But anyway, today for your reading, we are going to be asking Spirit, what is something that you've gone through in your life that you could tap into the lessons learned, and they can help you in your current situation. So I know in the intro I talked about nostalgia and good memories and all that, and I'm not sure what's going to come out, but for group one I realized that the reading really did turn into what did Spirit want to let us remind us that we went through, and you know, the advice for going forward. Basically, remember that you're strong enough is what came through in group one. So if you kind of felt like you resonated with that pile, you know, go ahead and click on it as well, because you never know, those messages could be tied into these. Let's see what comes up for your reading. So let's get started. Okay, yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I talk so much, and then I've been filming so much of these videos, I forget what I was doing. So here we go. Angels, ancestors, spirits, and guides, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for group two. I ask you for guidance in delivering these messages as clearly as possible. Let's take that. I thank you for your constant support. All right, group two, Bjork, Coachella group, what is up? Cards want to come out and play today. All right, Spirit, what does group two need to know and remember about their past experiences that could help them? Okay, guys, there's probably going to be a glare on the cards over here. So let me move Miss Bjork over here so we can get some more outside of the glare. So big changes and moving forward. It really is beautiful. Let's put the Chariot next to the changes. I do see you You went through a lot of growth. You were in a period of being like in a young energy of being passionate about something to really putting thought into it to the point where you worked for these things, and you're either currently watching them come in, or this is something you've already gone through. This shows you moving away in a very, not moving away, I'm sorry, moving forward. I don't know why I said moving away. Maybe some of you moved away from a situation and decided to turn your life around. I don't necessarily feel you weren't running from anything bad. It just feels like you were moving forward, and maybe for some of you that meant moving away, and maybe that's why I said that. But with the World card here, this announces a big new chapter in our lives. So, and with the Temperance card here, let me move her out of there. Let's do this. With the Temperance card, Temperance is here to remind us to have patience, yes, but this also wants us to remember our lessons learned and how we can continue to fill our own cups based on what we've already learned. You have been working on leveling yourself up. You've been working on your passions. You got the Four of Wands here, so maybe you have like this could actually be like a younger person, yes, because it is a young, passionate energy, but it's involving like a foundation. It's involving your home. It's involving the people around you. With the Hierophant here, this shows traditions. You know, this could be education or like religion or any organized group where there's like a code. This is the Pope of the deck. So it's definitely about traditions in the family. Let's see. Page of Pentacles, so new ideas on family and money and work probably. This covers money, career, health, home. And with the Page of Swords here, let's see, is the Knight of Pentacles mean to be reversed? Let's do it one more time. One more time. Okay, we'll take it upright. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles moves very methodical and plans their moves strategically. So let me do this. Okay. So I feel like these things that are coming towards you, or that did come towards you, were relating to some kind of, like I said, the Hierophant is like the Pope of the deck. It has to do with traditional structures. So maybe these were all things that you were expecting to do, or were expected of you, or even you expected of yourself. But I do feel like you got this spark of a new idea. Perhaps it came in the form of communication, whether you read something or got schooled on something, or someone delivered news to you or of some sort. I feel like it perhaps opened up your mind to something. The communication could have been about work, and this required you to make careful decisions about your work or your money or your home, because the Four of Wands, which is the structure of family, this could also be the marriage card, and then next to the Hierophant, this could totally be marriage. This could be you looking off in the distance and deciding, well, what do I want? Is that what I see for myself? I do have these other things. So whatever your decision was, or whatever your situation was, everyone's going to resonate differently, of course, because it is a collective reading. So however this applies to your story, it's pretty much, or to your life, I mean, the story of your life, I guess. This is pretty much gonna come like out as a different version of the same type of story, right? If you resonate with it. So there is movement forward based off of things you learned in the past, I feel, and this is leading to a whole new world for you. So whether this is something you already went through or are currently going through, Spirit did want to highlight that. Now with the Ace of Wands here in the back of the deck, I feel like that's for you. And so is the Devil. And so is the Star. Okay, we'll leave. Maybe we'll... Oh my gosh, these are all related. Okay, we're going to stop there for now. Okay. Let me sit on these cards for just a moment because there is a lot of heavy energies here. So the Ace of Wands brings a spark of passion. It's new ideas. It's fiery and it's exciting and it's a new beginning to something. It's also, as I said in the past, if you watched other readings, it's a very sexually charged card. When it shows up next to the Devil, this means our passions are taking over, guys. Whether you are obsessed with something, somebody, you're addicted to possibly you're addicted to something. This is showing addictions that hold us back. What are you leaning on that isn't serving your higher purpose? This is what this is highlighting, and because this feels very sexual, so you know, take it as it resonates, but it shows like something that you know isn't good for you. But Spirit is asking you to remain hopeful, like remain hopeful about the situation. I feel like Spirit wants to tell you to remain hopeful because right now, Spirit knows that you are keeping yourself, you have a lot of fears surrounding whatever this is. But Spirit wants you to know, I'm hearing that a lot of the stuff you think is a reality is not, and maybe things aren't quite what they seem. The Eight of Swords definitely has to do with how we bind ourselves, and you are getting two bound cards because the Devil is also self-binding. Like you could remove the chains, but you can't because you know, it feels good. It makes me feel good. It's, you know, we all have them, whatever that is for you. But whatever that is for you, I can almost promise you it has to do with, you know, big D energy or P energy, whatever you're into. It looks like it's tied in. So, yeah, your fears about the situation, remain hopeful, and the energy of a strong male energy is coming through. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say male. It's masculine energy, because masculine energy could be any gendered person or non-gendered person. It's just energies run in masculine and feminine. And this is a very masculine energy that does take up space, does know what they want, is here. That's what it is. And they might be a leader as well. So not sure how that ties into your what's going on with you, but that energy is coming through for you. All right, Spirit. What else does pile 2? I'm going to take the Strength card because I know that that was meant for you. I'm going to put that over the Devil and that Eight of Swords because you do have the strength to break out of that. Yes, you do, friend. I'm not going to take those, but if, okay. Death. You know it's not working. You know what? Let me remove that now. You know it's not working. There we go. Strength and hope. Death to things that are not good for you. If you know it's not working, it's time to let it go, babe. Or else you're going to get the Tower. And the Tower is when things are ripped from us and we get pushed out the window. Our structures come crumbling if we ignore that Death card for too long. Okay, so when you let go, you are going to be correcting a lot of things. Whatever you feel imbalanced about, you're going to feel more balanced whenever you just allow yourself to naturally feel through this, which you know. I don't know what it is you know, but I know that you know. With the Justice card, like I said, you're just going to feel better. You have the Six of Pentacles, which shows you being in the flow once you let go. There is, this could be an entrepreneur card, so it could be your own business. This also has to do with generosity and providing for like community, like having enough, being in the flow. I also see a new emotional beginning for you. When the Ace of Cups comes up, this just means that our emotions in our heart are going to be renewed. If you've been feeling stale, if you've been having these feelings of maybe hopelessness or just not feeling like you're strong enough, whatever it is going to turn around for you. Like, allow your cup to be replenished. Stop fighting yourself on it. There's conflict here. If it's conflict from the outside or conflict from within, for you, I feel like it's from within. Because look, you're not allowing the natural cycles to give way. But Spirit wants to remind you that you are strong enough. With Temperance here, Spirit wants to remind you that you've learned these lessons before. It's not your first time going through something like this. Whatever it is that you are currently going through, it's not your first time. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Fool card for you, because I do feel like this is a new beginning for you. And the last card I'm going to take, okay. Oh my God. I love it when Spirit does this. Okay, what did I just say? Did I say that if you ignore the Death card, what are you going to get, homies? The Tower. She's a coming for you. Like, I hate to tell you, but whatever is not working is going to be ripped from you if you don't gracefully let it go. Just let it go, guys. Whatever it is, I know it's hard, but I promise you that you are going to have stuff on the other side, whatever it is. I know it's scary, but you know, and if you need help, like, this could also be the Six of Pentacles, like, surround yourself with community, like with your friends that are going to support you. Like I said, I see a lot of generosity in this card. So if you need help, or if you need to talk to someone because you do have fears about moving out of these things, whatever your addictions are, reach out. But please, like, keep in mind, if there's one thing you take away from this reading, and this reading is resonating, is it's time to reevaluate what you need to let go. So I do see a new beginning with the Fool card. You may not know what that new beginning is, but with the Ace of Cups here, the Fool and the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is telling me that you're doing the work to get yourself into calmer waters. You are both the person being like paddled away and the person doing the paddling, or steering, whatever it's called. But you are both people, because you are doing the hard work. Maybe you're making decisions that aren't fun to be making, but it is going to lead you to a new beginning. And your heart, you're going to feel it in your emotions. You're going to feel your heart. Okay, 2 more cards. I keep saying that's it, but I swear they keep coming up for you. The Three of Swords, your heartbreak. Acknowledge it, and it's okay. Let it go. Let it go, or else it's gonna, like, these coming up together. I know it's painful, but look what's waiting for you on the other side. Like, the Ten of Cups is a cup about, like, there's a rainbow. Your emotions are flowing, and there's happy times with the people around you, whatever people you call family. With the Two of Cups here, there's partnership, there's new emotions, there's like new partnerships coming up, but they can't come in if you don't deal with this guy. Like, they just can't. You need to make room for it. And that's what Spirit wanted me to remind you of today. Maybe these are all lessons that you already know. I feel like you know it deep in your heart with Judgment. Okay, that's for sure the last card I'm going to take. I keep saying that. I didn't do that with the last group. With Judgment, this is a card about a deep inner calling. We know. What did I say earlier? You know. You know. And I love these together. The Three of Swords is a card about heartbreak. So I know you're sad, babe. But with an Ace of Cups, a new beginning, happiness with your people, new partnerships. This could be romantic. This could be a new friend that's going to fill your cup and make you feel good again, make you feel like your emotions are flowing, move you out of this emotional stagnancy. But like I said, I feel like you already know, so maybe I'm just repeating myself at this point. Okay, my loves, let's move on to the Prison Tarot. This reading has been very fun. Okay. I'll take bottom of the deck because I feel like you guys need it. Okay, you got sadness. I know you're sad, babe. I know you are. I feel it. And it's okay. I get sad too. But it's like, you know, I mean, Tupac said thugs get lonely too, but, you know, thugs cry too. And it's okay, but you know what? You got this. And whatever's waiting for you on the other side, I promise it's going to feel better than how you're feeling now. I don't know what you're going through right now, but I can tell you that you're going to feel better after. So you got sadness, intuition. Listen to yourselves, please. With this, sorry about the mess, guys. Your cards just got wild. Judgment and intuition, you know. Listen to yourself. No one knows better. You know. Trust your intuition. Bring sweetness to the situation. Be good to yourself. Be good to the people around you that deserve it. But, you know, spread sweetness, but mostly be good to yourself. Creativity. Allow your creativity to flow. Maybe this is a way that you can like move through emotions, or maybe this is part of your job, but now's a good time to lean into it. Maybe it could be like therapeutic. You have success. So whatever you put your mind to, you can do. Remember, I told you, like, Spirit wants me to tell you, you are strong enough to get through this. And energy, when the energy card comes out, this is asking us to be self-reflective. What kind of energy are we giving off? Yes, the energy around us is important, but guess what? The energy that we give out is going to cultivate more of the same. So if you're giving out Funky Town vibes, you're probably going to get Funky Town vibes back. So it's like when your day starts off bad and you just let it get to you, and then the day just seems worse and worse. So it's like, just be conscious of that. And then I did want to pull the bottom of the deck for you, and you got rest. I do feel like rest is always good. I did see the 4 of Swords card flash us earlier, and that is a rest and meditation card. Lean into your self-care practices, lean into your prayer, lean into your meditation. Talk to Spirit, talk to God, talk to whoever, your creator, whoever you talk to. Now is a good time to lean into that. It'll make you feel better, and maybe things will feel more clear if you're feeling a little unclear. So now, I know I grabbed the pendulum, but we're going to ask a yes or no question. So if you guys want to think about that while I swing this guy. And then we're going to do our Moon Oracle cards as well for one last. What does Spirit, the last bit of advice Spirit has for group 2? Spirit, what advice do you have for group 2? What do they need to know right now, my Bjork group? Your answer is maybe. I don't like maybes. Let's do it again. All right. Thanks for joining me here, guys. If you've stuck around for the whole reading, I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, your answer is definitely. So take it for what it is. Your answer is definitely. All right, let's pull 3. We have a new start is coming with this World card. I know it is. You just have a little bit of work to do with releasing some things that aren't working for you. The energy is gaining momentum. Anything that you're putting out right now, look at this energy. You are powerful. Make sure that what you're putting out there, babe, is good stuff, because if it's not, just know that whatever you're putting out is gaining momentum, whether that's positive or negative. Make sure it's positive. And you have nothing will come of this situation. So if there's been something on your mind, actually, no, I know what this is about. Nothing's going to come out of you staying in the same behaviors and patterns. Hate to tell you, you got to do this work, because nothing is coming of this situation. So my loves, that is the insane. I mean, I know it looks like a hot mess. I hope like the reading didn't feel like a hot mess. That's what I got for you. I hope you heard something that was helpful. I know we kind of steered away from what our main topic was, which is what have you gone through that you can learn from now and grow from. But I feel like Spirit is telling you what you need to know at this moment. So whether or not these behaviors have been long-standing and you know you need to make a change, just know that regardless if you're on board or not, the change is coming. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Please let me know what you thought of this reading by leaving me a comment below or send me a DM on Instagram. I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys next time. Hello, friends. If you picked group 3, which is this awesome Brujita sticker, then this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's put our little sticker right there. I am so beyond curious what is gonna come out for you. Like, when I tell you guys that it's kind of been an unexpected reading for the other 2 groups, it really has. Group 1 had a totally different vibe than group 2 had. And I'm not even sure if on group 2 we tapped into what, you know, what group 2 could learn from what they've gone through already. We just kind of, Spirit just kind of dove into what they need to focus on. So I'm very curious as to what the messages are going to be for you. It's been a different vibe. So the subject has, you know, it's still in the self-help classification, if that's what we put these in. I mean, I know that I definitely take tarot is one of my therapy tools for sure. It just makes me feel more connected. It gives me things to think about. And sometimes I get cards that I don't even realize are the energy that's around me. And a few days later, I'll be like, oh, and I'll think of the card that came up. Because sometimes in the moment, we're like, oh, that doesn't sound right. And then later on, we're like, oh shit, that card totally called me out. So here we go with the Black Light Tarot for group 3 with the nostalgic Brujita sticker. What does group 3 Spirit need to know about, you know, possibly something that they've already gone through that can help them deal with whatever is going on with them now? Okay, so you know what? We're not going to take those yet. We are going to shuffle really good because, wow, we're just getting really heavy energies coming out from the get-go. What are you guys going through? Group 2, or what have you gone through, I should say. So Spirit, please, what does group 2 need to know? Angels, ancestors, spirits, and guides, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for group 3. What do they need to know? What have they gone through in the past that could possibly help them in their current situation? Let's look at where these energies started. Where did these energies start? Lots of change for everybody. Lots of change. People changing homes, states, jobs, partners, careers. Wishing nothing but blessings for everybody that ever watches these videos and exchanges good energy with me. All right, cards flying out left and right. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is spinning for you. It is, what is this conflict? It's so funny, you guys. I say it's so funny because we've literally, like, throughout, it's been a different story, but you know, overall the readings have kind of had similar cards. So I asked for where these energies started. So let's put her there. The Nine of Pentacles is a feminine energy that's very independent, and someone that's very independent and can take care of themselves. They don't need anybody else. And they know it, and that's cool. It could be any gendered person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a female, but it is feminine energy. With the Ace of Swords here, this is showing like a new idea, a new like way of thinking, a new mental cycle. So it's like maybe you were doing things one way before, but you just got like something gave you an idea and it just led to you thinking differently. There was conflict in that, but you knew deep inside that like that was right, or that was your way. And it makes sense because you're an independent person. And it was just like a deep inner knowing. The Judgment card is about a calling, like the trumpet is inside. There's no ignoring it. You can try to ignore it, and maybe that's the conflict. Maybe you fought yourself on it, or maybe you fought your surroundings about these changes you were trying to do, or this deep inner knowing. Whatever it was, it led you to a completely different place. Your life changed. The Wheel of Fortune signifies like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's a little bit different than the World card because this is literally the wheel is spinning. So nothing is set in stone. It was like changes were coming, and maybe, you know, it did turn out the way you were expecting, but it was like it says, it's about chance. It's like, it could have been a different way than how it turned out. So that is the first thing Spirit wanted to highlight for you. Let me put these back. I noted what they are. So you guys will have to let me know if this resonates, if you feel like you are the independent person in this situation. All right, Spirit, where did this lead group 3? After this Wheel of Fortune, where did this lead group 3? I'm wondering if this was related to your job, something you were doing for work, I feel. Oh, it does show you very focused, but it shows you confused. Why aren't you taking care of yourself? That came out, my loves. I know, I shouldn't even ask why aren't you taking care of yourself, because you know what, I'm the same way. When things go awry, I am the first thing that's easy to neglect, and I am trying to change my ways. I always tend to give others, and maybe you are the same way, because that's what I see with this Empress in reverse. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, so I do feel like where this led was in a place of you going within, like you're the independent person that like you had to look within yourself. So that could have been you literally went into hermit mode, which means maybe you didn't share with people these new thoughts that you were having. Maybe you kept it to yourself. I do feel like you kept it to yourself for your own reasons, because I feel like when you shared it, people made you confused, and this kind of put you in a place of doubting yourself. Like, please, if you are doubting yourself, if this does resonate with you, like Spirit wants you to know, like I know I've said it before, but that you have the strength. You have the strength to go through with this, because it seems like you were really focused. It seemed like you were really trying to like tunnel vision and work hard on something, on this new idea, on this new way of being, perhaps, whatever this was for you, however that resonates. I feel like possibly when you shared your ideas with others, it led to you feeling confused. Let's reverse that. If you were feeling conflicted with yourself, and this doesn't have to do with others, then it just led you to you kind of being in your head and getting confused about things, because now you worked for all of these pentacles here. You're like hammering away, but then it led to all of these things kind of growing, and you have to decide like, well, what do I want to do? But right now, don't take it as being confused. Like, take it as you're being shown everything that's possible, but you are going to have to pick which one you're going to have to dedicate like more energy to, because you can't give all these cups your full energy. So I put the reversed Empress card when I said, why aren't you taking care of yourself? This is a very feminine energy that's thrown off her game. She's like fallen off her velvet fainting couch or whatever that is, you know, like she's her crown's probably a little tilted and she's looking a little crazy because she's off her game. She's like not taking care of herself. Again, guys, this does not have to be a female person. This is just the energy of feminine. It's a feminine energy. So it's like the Empress is off her game. She's probably, her boundaries aren't in place. She's chasing instead of attracting. She's probably working too hard and not really, and like it's going back to the feeling of not being able to give one thing your full attention, and it's making you feel off your game. This is not you. Like you're here, you know, like you're supposed to be like this, but because she's reversed, she's just, like I said, she's a little razzle-dazzled and she needs a little help getting back up, but she needs to help herself. So Spirit is highlighting that right now maybe you don't feel like you're strong enough, or maybe your fears are taking over, but you are strong, because regardless of if the Strength card comes out upright or reversed, it's a reminder that we are strong enough. Like Spirit's never going to talk down to you. Spirit might call you out on your shit, but Spirit isn't going to make you, it's not an abusive relationship, you know. With the Lovers reversed, again, loves more in balance. Two harmonious parts that are supposed to be in harmony are not in harmony. And I think Spirit is just pointing this out because there are areas of your life that you need to pay attention to. There's deceit going on here. Two harmonious parts that aren't currently in harmony. I can't tell you if it's a person, if it's a relationship, if it's a job, if this is within yourself, because you're fighting your old ways of thinking with the new way that you want to think. And you know that you, like, I feel like when this card is upright, it's a feeling of walking away. It's like a lone journey. It's walking away from the cups that are still full, but they're just not fulfilling you. And you know that they are no longer for you. I feel like with it coming out reversed and with the Seven of Swords here, maybe you're kind of lying to yourself, or maybe you are being deceitful and to someone else or something else in your life. It's funny because when we were looking at this card, this is actually the card I was thinking of, because I had a feeling it was going to come out. So you have a 7 and a 7. Maybe that is, maybe that's significant to you, but either way, you are going to have to choose what you give your energy to. There's no way that your garden is going to be able to flourish when it needs to be trimmed. Like, you're going to have to cut back on all of these things and decide what to give your energy to. And if you are the energy of deceit here that's coming through, if this is you kind of lying to yourself, or you not wanting to admit to yourself how you feel, or maybe you're giving off a different vibe to other people than how you truly feel about something, I don't feel like that's, actually, I'm not going to say I don't feel like, I know that's not serving you right now. Maybe that's serving you in the moment to get yourself out of a situation where you have to make a decision in that moment. But I mean, it's not sustainable for your own good and for the good of the people around you. Let's take that. Yeah, this is showing your home structure. So maybe this is about your home or how you truly feel about a certain relationship in your life. It does not have to be romantic. It could be any significant relationship in your life that's supposed to be in harmony, but it's not, and there's deceit involved in it, is what I'm getting. Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 3? So this shows your, this is like hitting emotional rock bottom. It's like the darkest before the dawn feeling. Like this is just being done. This is, you're at your wit's end, the last straw, like it's done, you know? And that is coming up for you. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 3? So maybe you know. It's good. The more you, okay, talking to the people that know that they lie into themselves. Hey, I feel you. I've been there. You know, like I get it. Not judging. I never ever judge anything that comes up in these cards. But if this is you lying in the situation, or you not admitting to something, or you faking the funk about something, you are reaching your wit's end about it. So maybe you're afraid that someone's going to feel like they're left behind or left out in the cold. Maybe you feel that way. Maybe you're afraid of a financial loss of some sort. Oops. Okay. But there's passion there. There's definitely passion there about whatever it is you want to change. I feel like that's going to be what's driving you. Is your passion for this thing, the feeling of feeling defeated, or a fight that was had but not necessarily won or lost. It was just like, a man, that could have been dealt better. Like that was exhausting for nothing. Like, wait, what just happened? Like, are things cool now? Oh, it's unclear. It's like just a feeling of defeat, a feeling of like, ugh. That's coming through. Let's see, conflict is coming through, but possibly the end of it, because it is in reverse, but it is still conflict. And then the World card, there is more waiting for you on the other side. Like a big change is coming. The World card coming out with the Wheel of Fortune card, guys, it's not a joke. It's like chapters are ending. Are you fighting this new chapter? Do you know what it is that is like causing you this strife, this emotional or this mental, just thinking about it and being just done, you know? Because I feel like right now you're shying away from making the hard decision. You don't have the Death card here, but I feel like if I shuffled a few more times, the Death card would appear, because I do feel like with the Deceit card coming out and this reverse Six of Swords, there's like an avoidance of making a hard decision. Making the decision that no one wants to make is coming out here. Spirit, advice for pile 3, please. What do they need to know or remember about themselves? I love that you got the Sun card. It's going to help them get through this. So Spirit wants you to know the sun is shining on your reading with the World card and this Two of Wands. Like, you are starting to think of options and you're leaning towards one thing more than the other, but you're really starting to see the world is at your hands. Maybe there's going to be people around you that help you with this Three of Pentacles. but it's going to be a brand new chapter for you. And I think it's going to be when you make this decision. With the Three of Pentacles, like I said, it could be a collaboration of some sort with other people. So the bottom of the deck energy is the King of Swords, and you got the Knight of Swords. So this is showing quick action. Like you want to take quick action, but you're also being very realistic about it, and you're maintaining like mental strength about it. So I do think that whatever's going on here and making you feel this way, it is almost over, and you are about to enter a brand new chapter. I love this for you, group 3. All right, let's get some Prism Oracle cards. What advice can we give group 3? Spirit. And we're also going to do a yes or no question on the pendulum. And then we have some moon cards. If you guys have stuck with me this long, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying your reading. All right, let's take one more, Spirit. Okay. We got success, balance, trust, and illumination. So trust is beautiful because you got the World card and you got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is trust that things are happening, trust that things are going to change, trust a new chapter is coming, trust that the universe has you. Yes, you have work to put in, but you are being divinely guided from what I see. You are going to have to clear yourself up with the confusion part and decide what you're going to put your energy into. But whatever it is, you're going to have success because your energy and your passion with this Queen of, she's in there somewhere, the Queen of Wands that popped up, you're going to feel good about it. You're going to be excited about it. And there is going to be success for you once you decide what cup you want to go with. Or maybe there's two. Maybe there's two options that you can balance. It's funny that I was going to say balance, and maybe it's because I saw the card, but you know, it doesn't necessarily mean giving everything up for one thing. Maybe your situation is like that, but it is a time to figure out what needs to take your full attention and energy. And that's going to create more balance for you. Balance is also coming up for you because you had the Empress in reverse. And like I said, I feel like you're not taking care of yourself right now in the ways that you know you should be. So just try to lean back into some practices that you used to do for yourself that would feel good and will make you feel more balanced, because right now you're feeling a little unbalanced. We already went over trust, and illumination comes out when things feel dark. Like this card, when things feel dark, illumination is like turning on the light in the darkness. And I love that this came out. There's a lot of suns for you in your reading. I just want to point that out. And this is showing like there is sunshine, there is warmth, there is like, it sounds cheesy, but it's like there is a happiness. Whatever your newfound happiness is, like you're going to be content. Things are blessed with all these suns in your reading. So let me get your pendulum. And if you guys want to think of a yes or no question, I'll get that swinging. And then let's check your Moon Oracle cards. If you guys can hear the dinosaur stomping upstairs, that's my neighbor who stomps around like Godzilla. And she's like, I hate to say it, she's like a famous TikToker, so I get to hear her fucking TikTok her life away. So your answer is definitely on the pendulum. Definitely on that. So yeah, that's life in an apartment complex, huh? All right, Spirit, what last advice can we give group 3? Oh, okay, we'll take that. Conclusions are within reach. I do like that this came out with this Ten of Swords, because the Ten of Swords is the end of cycle. Anytime tens come out, that means it's an end of a cycle. because it's almost done. Like, this is kind of the worst you're gonna feel about it, or like, you know, the darkest it's gonna get, and it's only gonna turn around from here. Oh, I love that. A new start is coming. What we've been talking about. It's coming, loves. It's coming. And you have a new romantic cycle begins. So if this was a relationship reading for you, if that's what it resonated like, there's a new cycle coming. And it doesn't even necessarily mean with a new partner. Yes, it could be, but it doesn't have to be. It just means that things are feeling better, probably because you're more well balanced. Now, this romantic cycle could also be with yourself. It doesn't, with the Lovers, it's just like the Lovers reversed. If things have been feeling imbalanced within yourself, if two harmonious parts aren't like meshing together within yourself, like, things are going to turn around. So I love that for you. And I'll give you guys this one too. Believe in the impossible. I really like that. I hope that you guys resonated with your reading. I hope you found it helpful. Please let me know if you heard something here that resonated and that you did find helpful. I would love to hear it. And I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Thanks, guys.